All right, y'all, we are 3 days out from the Arnold Classic. We just checked in with Boss. Martin is gonna do his fasted pump. I already had my first meal. I'm gonna do my glute pump now. That way we have the rest of the day. We're not running back and forth on different schedules. So we're gonna start with step ups. I'll probably do 4 exercises again today. And then last glute workout before the show, second to last workout, period. It's a little easier to get this done in the morning versus later in the day. Boss finally agrees that I'm flat, which I felt flat for weeks, but my muscle bellies are so round it doesn't look flat, which is a good genetic to have. But as far as like connection in the gym, I haven't been able to feel that in weeks. When you're flat, basically there's just a lack of glycogen within the muscle. So when you fill out for a show, you're trying to balance filling the muscle with glycogen so that it presses against the skin. But with glycogen comes water. So it's the balance of having enough glycogen that the muscle is full, but not having too much that you spill over and then you're holding water under your skin. So that's the magic of peaking, is trying to find that perfect balance. But glycogen in the muscle also helps with like neuroconnectivity and feeling the muscle and feeling the connection and feeling the contraction. So I haven't had carbs in weeks. Glycogen comes from carbs for the most part. And therefore, training has been very different compared to having carbs before you train. I've had the opposite. I haven't even had fats in my pre and post workout. So that's the dieting style that we did this time. It worked very well. And I just had to navigate training, but it worked to my benefit because since the Olympia, I've definitely put on some muscle. So it didn't do me any detriment for the many people asking, or you're gonna lose muscle. I absolutely did not lose any muscle. Okay guys, so we are back at the house. Martin and I took our own little breather away from the cameras, went and got our toes done. I got white. I always get white toenails. Someone told me leading into my first show that white nails was the thing to do. So I always do some version of white. We both got pedicures. He did not get white. He got clear, which is, we don't need color on his toes. But that just gave us a little mental break away from everything, a little relaxing. Stopped by the gym, and now we are home for the night, which the girls are happy about. But we got my last glute pump in this morning with Boss. He kind of looked over everything as we were training, bounced between Martin and I, and he also sent me what we're planning for tomorrow to start my peaking. We are not going to be using carbs, at least not tomorrow. We're going to just do like a fat load and see how that gives us a look, and then we'll go from there as far as what to do Thursday and then Friday before the show. So I have it up so we can talk about it a little bit. You know that I've been doing keto since we started this prep before Christmas. The last time I had carbs was Christmas, and I said, I don't care about carbs. I more care about the look. So whatever's going to get us what we need to be, where we need to be at on stage. So we're going to do a hard fat load tomorrow to give you kind of an idea of comparison. On my low days, non-training days, my fats total for the day have been 36 grams. For training days, which they'd be, 36 grams. I have fats in the morning and fats at night, basically, for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Starting tomorrow, we are going to have fats in every meal. We'll have more eggs, avocado, almonds, almond butter for my fat sources. So total, we'll do what's planned is 115 grams of fat. So more than 3 times what I've been doing. And then he is keeping my protein consistent. So in the past, from shows that you've seen me talk about, we typically pull protein down significantly, but it's to make sure that digestion isn't impeded. When we start carb loading, we would add fats in the past as well, and we don't want digestion to slow down too much. But with no carbs, it shouldn't be much different than what I've been doing. We're keeping protein exactly what it's been. If I notice something change with digestion, food feels like it's sitting, I'll let him know. He may change that, and I'll keep you updated. But so far, this is the plan. This will be my first time peaking keto style. But the thought process on it is the look. It looks really good right now. We really just need to get a bit more fullness, enough fullness that I can feel the contraction when I'm posing. But we don't want water retention from carbs. We don't know how I would respond to carbs, or we haven't had them in months at this point. So if we don't get the look that we want, we still have Thursday and Friday morning to adjust. But I think that the fats plan is a good plan. Honestly, with Boss has been my coach since like March of 2024. And in my peak weeks, I've eaten the most carbs I've ever eaten in a peak week, ever. The first time I got my peak week, like, he sends a tentative plan and he'll adjust it as we go. The first time I got the plan, I was like, this isn't going to work. Because I used to eat just dust all of peak week and get on stage, which also did not give the look. So I gave it a try. It served us, but it was a little inconsistent of my looks on stage from show to show. So this prep has been completely different. This peaking will be completely different, but my package is matching that, and in a good way. It's the best I've ever looked. My glutes grew even with such a short off season with carbs in it from the Olympia until we started prep at the beginning of December. I'm not worried about it, but I'll keep you updated as far as my experience and how it goes. Some of you may not know that I competed at the Arnold once before in 2023. I was a brand new pro. I had not even won a pro show yet. And I applied, like, it would be great if they accepted me. I wasn't on the initial list. One of the girls couldn't compete, and then they gave me an invite 3.5 weeks out. So we went from 0 to 100. I went 0 carbs, 0 fat, 3 hours of cardio. I am not exaggerating, to get on stage. We did literally the best that we could. I didn't have as much muscle then as I do now, of course. It probably was my best peaked package at that time. And I was able to finish 4th. So obviously the goal is to always improve your placing. We're shooting for the title. But I'm very familiar with how the show runs. I'm very familiar with the backstage, what to expect on show day, all of that. So I think that is a big benefit as far as coming into it with high expectations of myself. I know a general expectation. I know how things go. Of course, every year is going to be a little bit different, but there's a lot more comfort in it this time than there was last time. And I have a lot more faith in the process that we're running now. Then it was just like, I'm not saying no to an Arnold invite and we'll just figure it out. Riding on the seat of my pants. But much more controlled this time. We know that we have a very good look. It's just landing the plane at this point. It should be really fun. We are already starting the shenanigans. We got our toes done. I'll start Martin's tan this evening. We'll have one more chill day tomorrow. We plan a fasted pump in the morning. We'll go train upper body with Boss. I don't train upper body very often, but we do pump and deplete it as my last training session before we get on stage, and then we start eating. Thursday, things start happening. We will move over to the hotel. We'll stay in the host hotel just to be closer to things, easier access where we need to be at appointments and things. We'll get sprayed for our tans. That'll be my first coat of tan. It'll be Martin's third tan. We will go to the athlete meeting, get our jackets, get our numbers, find out the order and all of that, then go to the athlete meet and greet. I hope you have a ticket because it's sold out, but that will be fun as well. Martin and I will be at the same table, which will be easier for everyone coming to see us, all of our friends in town, our videographers, us individually. I think that's from 7 to 9 Thursday night, and then Friday things start going. Amber will be here Thursday. She will do my hair and makeup Friday. We'll show you that as well. So a lot of fun stuff and a whole lot to look forward to, but I think we're in a really good spot. I really hope this higher fats tomorrow gives me a little life, because I've been hitting a wall the last couple of days at like 4 p.m. and then I'm kind of worthless to the world. Chloe has to drag me out of a hole to get me on camera for y'all, but we're almost there. It's absolutely worth it. This prep has been difficult, but I think the package that you see on stage is going to be really special, and I'm really excited to show you. We are going to put some tan on Martin. So we forgot gloves, so I'm going to reuse a baggie that I brought dog food in. We'll use just a mitt, and we always like to use Pro-Tan. That's what looks the best on us. So we'll do base coat tonight. He'll rinse off sometime tomorrow afternoon. We'll do another base coat tomorrow night. He'll rinse that off Thursday, and then he'll start getting sprayed by Pro-Tan. He takes quite a lot of color. It's taken us trial and error getting his right stage color on stage for it to look good under the lights, because he's so pasty white. So we found that if we start a day earlier than we used to, then he gets 2 coats at home from me, and then they'll spray him the normal 3 coats, and then that looks the best on stage. So earlier he shaved everything, he exfoliated everything. I shaved his back where he couldn't get to it, and he's ready. Make sure you exfoliate. The most important part of tan prep is the skin prep beforehand. So you can have the best products, but if you don't prep your skin, it's going to look like crap. If you don't shave, it's going to look like crap. It'll show under the lights. So he's done all the prep work. Now we just have to get the tan on him as quickly as possible and let it dry, and then he can go to bed. For girls, I just shave. I tried waxing. It's too painful. I'm not down. So I will do my final shave Thursday morning, and then I'll get my first coat Thursday afternoon, second coat Thursday night, and then final coat Friday morning. I like to do 3 coats of the super dark, and then I don't typically have to get the bronzer. It just is a little heavier on my skin, and can give me kind of a puffy like reaction to my skin. So 3 coats of super dark works well for me. Girls, if you're waxing, you need to do that 7 days before your show.